Hello and welcome to Construction Wolf. So we're in September now and it's been a while since the channel's visited the LEGO store. I'm now in the Centre MK, as you may recognise, and we're going to go down to the LEGO store here in Milton Keynes. It's been staggered releases this month, so that's why I've not gone straight away. We obviously got the minifigures at the beginning of the month and the Hogsmeade Village came out, but they have staggered them, so only really the middle of the month, the past like sort of week really or so. You know, the Willy Wonka sets came out, the Black Pearl, and then the Arkham Asylum. So it'd be good to see all these sets, sort of built up, and we'll check them out. And then obviously always interested in the PAB and to see what's on there, anything useful for the city. So let's head on down there and see what's in the store. Here's the Apple store, and they've got a queuing system for the iPhone 17. And just across from there is the LEGO store itself. There's the big sign. So let's see what they've got in the shop window. And here is the Black Pearl, or as LEGO calling it, Jack Sparrow's pirate ship, I think for sort of marketing reasons, so it's easier in search engines. And it's got a great cast of minifigures in it, as you can see here. There's like Jack Sparrow and a few of the others there, like Will Turner, Orlando Bloom's character, and obviously Captain Barbossa there. And then the ship itself, you can see there, it's got stands that it comes with that you can put it on, so it can display quite nicely. And then got these nice cloth cells with some, like holes in it. So it looks like the Black Pearl itself. So very impressive and quite sizable. And then if we just look up here, this came out last month, I've not seen it yet. This is the Italian Riviera LEGO Ideas set. See, it holds a whole cast of characters there, a little boat. It's just really nice sort of colourful, Italian buildings. I think it's quite a nice set. And then across from that is the new release that came out recently as well, which is the Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory set. So just here's a movie, and you can spin a mechanism and the waterfall moves. There's chocolate, and you can see all sorts of different candy sort of elements they sort of created there that are sort of growing really. And then there's a boat and a few more of the characters there, like the little mushroom dish piece there. And got the bridge, and there's the man himself, Willy Wonka. And actually, let's just zoom back in because I think there's a little Oompa Loompa just there. So it's quite a good set. So let's take a look on inside the store. And here's the Batman Arkham Asylum. So very impressed that the store's got all these sets, and this one's built too. Just really good to see them in person and see what the size is like. So it's a bit pricey at $270, and there's Harley Quinn in her Arkham Asylum suit, and she's in an ambulance with a big mallet. And there's Poison Ivy as well on the side, and Robin. So a really great cast of minifigure characters. I like that little gargoyle piece they've got there. And then I think it's stick elements for the actual Arkham sign there. And what we've got? Oh, we've got the Joker in a stretcher. I don't know why he looks like he's about to break free and scare the guard. And Mr. Freeze back there too. And we've got Penguin with a gun. And Riddler as well. And I like how they use that sausage element where he's sort of breaking out the fence. And that's quite an interesting sort of piece, that statue with a drawn face on. And this is like a watchtower that extends up. That might be Scarecrow minifigure. And then there's a guard trying to keep watch. And I think Croc and Bane, there they are in their uniforms, and the Penguin on the side of his parasol. So a very impressive looking set. And this is, I think came out last month, the Creator 3-in-1 Castle. Just like to see it, and they've sort of paired it with a dragon, which is a separate set, which looks good with it. And here's the castle. It's got a few like new knight factions in. I think they're Pegasus Knights. You see the sort of shield on their like torsos and the shields. So that looks quite good to see some new factions, castle fans. And then I think maybe this is no fact. I can't see. I think they may be like sort of sand snakes, but I can't see the shield unfortunately from this angle. But not keen on the brick-built horses, but interesting set. And if we look back up, we'll see, that's the castle, but you can also build like sort of a jousting tournament and also like a little village too. So good set. There's a few new Marvel sets I've not seen, I think came out last month. They're more sort of play sets. So this is the Oscorp Tower, and it's sort of got a street really, hasn't it? And there's a like, jewellery store on the Oscorp Tower itself. So they're interesting details you can see in the shop windows, a little mart. Reasonable amount of characters actually as well, like Spider-Man and even the Green Goblin. But as it's not like full modular, it's quite squat, you can see, quite small. So it'd be quite hard to maybe adapt to my city without a lot of extra pieces. And I think that's Spider-Man's apartment there, separate set. Where's the sign? Let's have a look. Yeah, that's what that is. So again, but it's nice to, sort of you could build a little mini city. It's quite playable. And there's the Marvel sign back of them there. And this is Willy Wonka set we saw earlier built. But there's a fly attracted to the chocolate there, isn't there? Can you see that on the box? Just get rid of that. And here's the Italian Riviera box, because I couldn't see all the details just from the angle in the shop window. So reasonable price to piece ratio, so it's about 3,200 pieces. Again, I think it's quite an impressive set. It's like a modular building in a way. If we just flip the box around, quite a chunky box actually as well. And yeah, you can see some of the details about that we didn't see. So yeah, great cast of characters. And then as I just mentioned, it's a modular building. And then you can see some of the interior details, like a little ice cream parlour and like a sort of like fishing shop. There's the ice cream. And I like that Paradisa there. That's an old Lego theme on the shirt. Good references too. So yeah, quite impressive set. Might get that eventually. And this is the Transformers Soundwave, which is the first time I'm seeing in person. And it's built down here. So, again, quite impressive looking at Transforms. And they even got a mini version of him, which is just there. It's a little tiny version. And then there's a sort of Ravage. And that sort of can transform, and Laserbeak, and they can actually fit his tapes in the main deck. And then the button there you can press, and he makes sound. So I'm going to try and get one of the Lego store staff to help me out with that, and maybe we can hear it. This is another new release that came out at the beginning of the month, the Hogsmeade Village Collector's Edition, part of the Harry Potter series. So yeah, it's quite a chunky box on this. There's a lot of pieces, and it is built down here. And they did do an older version, which was more in scale with the Winter Village sets, a lot smaller. So maybe this is a bit too big to sort of scale properly in your own Winter Village, but interesting to see it built in store. I like that detailing with the broom heads over the door. On the chimney, and so just like this set, the sort of the snowy satin, like sort of the snow-capped roofs, the snow slightly melting in the streets, and this obviously has more stores than the previous version. Outpost and Dervish Bangs wasn't in there before. Honeyjiks was, but this is a bigger version, big cast of characters, but I can't name any of them. I can get like Harry Potter there, but that's probably about it because I've not seen the films. And what else we got? We've got like an Outpost stop, and I like this horse and carriage. Looks good. And there's a poster back there, like a wanted sign, escape from Azkaban. I'm not sure who that is. And then it looks like Zondo's, an interesting red store. That might be a tavern there. So if you're a Harry Potter fan, I think it's quite a nice set, but it is obviously £350, so very pricey compared to the old one, which was £90. But it's a grander scale. And here's one of the advent calendars that is new this year with the Harry Potter one, and they've got these festive, like sort of ugly Christmas sweaters, the jumpers representing the different houses. And then you can normally see on the back a few of the interesting pieces you might get within the calendar. So you've got like the sorting hat, and that's kind of interesting builds actually with that potion. That's quite a cool looking build, and the little book. These Nike sets are definitely new out this month. They're not really to my taste, if I'm honest. I don't really get it, but I guess Lego makes sets to cater to lots of different tastes. Here they are, and they're built in store. So we've got like a sort of sneaker. That's an interesting minifigure though, with like the basketball head and the print on, and even got a print for like the sort of venting of the sneaker. So that's that one. That does go in this set as part of it, and it says dunk with the basketball. I think that spins from what I believe. And then the sneaker just sort of goes there. You can fix it so it looks like one cohesive piece. You can see that there on the box. And then the next set is sort of a basketball player, like dunking a hoop, basketball into a hoop. And then the last one's a much smaller one. It's sort of minifigure, sort of dunking, standing on a big sneaker. There it is. And there's a minifigure, nice hoodie piece there. So that's the Nike sets. This was out when I last came to the store, but I didn't see a built version then, which they've got now. You see a little mini figure character at the bottom in a little sort of mini sort of temple type style. And this is just a massive dragon. So you're going to be quite a centrepiece towering over your Ninjago buildings, like the cloth wings with the holes in. I'm not really a Dreams fan or collector, but this is Materia spray paint truck. I just thought it's interesting to show some of the pieces. Look at this little like brain piece there, and then the green tyres. And what people are quite excited about, you know, in the LEGO community is this piece here. So we've got the dark blue air tanks and the helmet, so you can make, you know, a blue spaceman with a minifigure from the Build a Minifigure wall that came out last year. So just another colour spaceman people can get. These are the one-piece sets that came out last month. I've not seen these yet either, so I thought I'd have a quick peek. So I've got this big ship there, and then they've got a few little figures as well. So interesting minifigures with, like, you know, the big sort of stretchy arms. You can see he's got long arms because apparently he's quite stretchy. I've never seen the show. Interesting sort of fish-like character there. Old shark attacks, could be a shark. Just more interested in the minifigures really, and that's quite cool where that figure sort of like looks like he's holding a sword in his mouth. I think it's sort of just between the head and the torso. And a little buggy, what does it say? Buggy pirate's a little clown. Just interesting figures in this one for me. And here's some of the Animal Crossing sets. Always like, again, like the minifigures in these sets. It's always like having a look. And there's, oh yeah, Blathers the Owl, so that's a good one in you to get. And then got the old fossils that you normally collect in the game. And like this one as well in the box, obviously constructible channel, we like the wolves, and there's a grey one in this one, so that's be a good one to get. And I like this sort of theme where you can get the 4 seasons with the different, you know, sort of trees as it changes in the game. I think, yeah, it's called Seasons of Fun, so that's quite a good idea. And briefly before I look at this, because it caught my eye, the Unicorn Castle, just interested in the actual figures, the little unicorn figures, they're quite cool, aren't they? Something different. It's been a few months since I've been to the Pick-a-Brick, the PAB wall, so I thought to have a look, and you can maybe pause if I skip over a few too fast, but always interested to see what is on there to, you know, maybe use for my city building whenever I get around to it. Well, there's a mixture of pieces in this one. I've got all the old masonry bricks, so all the chairs. And what else we got? Okay. More sort of masonry bricks. We've just seen these, haven't we? There we go. Okay, the car pieces. These are quite useful, these 4x4 plates for, you know, sort of doing mills plates. And what are these? It's hard to see the black. Oh, they're sort of like jumper plates. Masonry bricks got a few of those recently. Oh, these are quite new. I've not seen them in this sort of lime green colour. These are like plant elements. Little white pieces. And brick. Oh, and these are new. These are olive green leaves. I've not seen them in this colour before, so I'll definitely be getting some of these, I think. Make some different colour trees. The seaweed elements got last time. Oh yeah, well, these transparent 1-1 sort of tiles. Brick and different plate, they're always quite useful. We've got the right, there's your disc plates. Got a bunch of those last time, and same with the slopes. Then are these the transparent blue cheese slopes again? Oh no, they're sort of 1x1 brick, so that's different from last time. And sort of black clips. Got a bunch of these on previous trips. They're very versatile pieces. Okay, and brick. Yeah, I got some of these within tree limb elements previously. White plate, that's always useful. And lamppost elements on the wall and tree limb elements again. So I think that's about it. So I'm going to pick my pieces and then make a few purchases, and then we'll go back home and see what I've got. I'm back from the store now, and I was very impressed that the store had all the new releases, you know, actually built for you to look at in person. So a very good job to them for doing that. And also a big thank you for showing me one of the sets, the Soundwave sets. So it's quite cool to see the actual, you know, the sound brick in action and pressing the button. So I enjoyed that. And then yeah, I looked at the Black Pearl, but unfortunately that was sold out in the store, and actually it's sold out online too. It's I think dispatching by like November now, it's in online, so a very long wait. and in store they weren't sure when they were getting new stock in, and maybe they might get a few in next week. So yeah, it's been very popular. But I did pick up a few bits. As you can see, I've got a little bag here. So what I got was, if I dive one in, I've got a pick-a-brick PAB box that we can have a look at. You can see it's nicely well packed because we want to get our money's worth out of that. And then also the beginning of September came out some new Halloween themed builder minifigures from the minifigure station. So let's take a look at what we've got. Okay, so let's just undo some of the seals. So let's take a look on the side. So as you can see, very densely packed. So I've got a lot of 1x2 brick stacked up. I think they've been useful. I'll keep saying this, I'm going to do it this year. I'm going to build the winter village, so I've got a bunch of those just to line the top. And then you'll see here we've got a lot of, I'm not going to get them all out now, but I think it's 8x6 white plate. So again, that would be useful for like sort of a landscape, the base of the winter village that I could put buildings on. So a solid core of that fitted in, so I've got a lot of pieces there. And then not seen these on the PAB wall before, the the olive green leaf element. So yeah, they've been useful for building different coloured trees in the city. So good to have got a load of those pieces, as you can see. And then also saw these sort of I'm not sure what the official colour name is actually. It's sort of a lime sort of green plant element there. So they've been useful for popping up for foliage detail. And I think that was it from what I can remember piece wise. Yeah, so just got those piece types because I've got loads of the others before in past trips. These are the new ones, and obviously the winter village detailing part. And then as I mentioned, I went to the builder minifigure station. You can get 3 figures and an accessory for £6.99. So let's crack that open. So these are the Halloween figures, and so we've got a witch we'll look at closely in a moment, and then a little ghost type figure. These are all like minifigures dressed in like Halloween costumes, so she's not actually a ghost as such. And then a mummy, and then also the animal accessory. I also got the accessory with the ghost, but then I got like say a cat with a witch, and then a dog. I just noticed that randomly we got lucky to get that one piece, the dog with the mummy. So let's take a look at the figures in detail. So here's the witch, and I really like the sort of dual moulded like hat and hair piece that she's got, like sort of flowing. That's really looks good, and she's got sort of a bat design on her, like her torso, and then on the little dress piece that comes across, that sort of carries through there. So seamlessly well done, and comes with like the sort of opposable, sort of bendable little legs. So like that, and then we spin it around. You can see the sort of the shininess of her dress and that, and then the pattern of the bats on the back. And then also it's very fitting that we got the the black cat to go with the witch, and got the cute little face on the cat, and she has a secondary face. This is the minifigure dressed up as a ghost, like the sort of black and white sort of monochromatic look. She's winking there, and see the dress sort of extends with the torso. That's good, and she comes with this interesting like ghost-like element. I think it's like a sort of water type piece, maybe used for egg before, but with a sort of a ghost print on it this time as the face. That's interesting looking. And then spin around the back, you see they got the print on the back side of the dress piece. I like the sort of the mask she's got, and she does have a secondary face as well, which is a shock face like she has seen a ghost. I'll just put her head back on normally. I will say it's a bit of a disappointment that they didn't make this a glow-in-the-dark figure. It's just the plain white, but I guess that would have increased the costs and might not have worked out for them on the builder minifigure wall. And finally we have the mummy minifigure. So their dog doesn't really go with this figure, but there wasn't really an accessory on the builder minifigure station that was sort of unique to go with this figure, and just like the dogs like animals, that was a good one to find and get. And you see you've got the sort of wrappings, no sort of side print detailing, which is I guess a shame, and then sort of wraps on the back, and then it comes with this sort of wrapping hat. And then if I just put that off, you can see just the wrappings do go on the head as well. So let me pop that on. That's the top back on head. But I will say about this figure, there's something a bit sort of suspicious. The wrappings, they've not really printed it on the hinge of the legs, which they can do, because I've put a picture of mummy minifigures. It just looks a bit suspicious, really. I don't know if Lego thought this through properly, but yeah, there we go. So a little bit naughty by Lego there, but there we go. That's a look at my little Lego store haul then. It was a good trip, and I can't believe the way Lego did this. The mummy that's forgot to wrap something very memorable character, isn't it? But there we go, part of the fun. But there we go. So unfortunately the Black Pearl was sold out, as I mentioned, but I kind of accounted for this. I thought, yeah, it's going to have sold out. So what I did was, as soon as it was available last week, I pre-ordered it online, and you'll see here, it actually got delivered the day before. There we go, so it's a big shipping box, and if we crack it open here, hopefully, what's inside? It's very tough one to open sometimes, these shipping boxes. There we go, we've got in. So I have actually got the Black Pearl, because I just couldn't get down to the store on the day of launch because I was working. Very happy to get this. It's a very impressive looking set as we saw. So you're going to have to look out on the channel for when I build this. And then as I did get on there on launch day, because all the gift purchases sold out quite quickly too, I did manage to get Jack's compass. So quite happy with that. And actually I will mention that they have called this, you know, Jack Sparrow's pirate ship. I think, you know, for algorithm reasons, I think people have been saying online to find it easy, because a lot of people don't know it's apparently the Black Pearl. So fair enough. And then also I did get, which is again sold out now, the Sega Genesis, but we call it the Mega Drive in the UK controller, which has the nice, you know, sort of Sonic background. But they sold out quite quickly after, you know, this big set came out. So yeah, looking forward to building all these, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, if you consider liking and subscribing to the channel, that would be very much appreciated. And yeah, check out the upcoming videos soon. So I'll be working on this Black Pearl, be working on the Winter Village, and getting some of the buildings into the Lego City in the loft. And hope to see you again next time. Bye.